Hey, Tim and Megan, let's start on a positive note on this chat today, shall we? Let's start on a positive note for this reaction today. Since Megan has had issues and is a carrier of sickle cell anemia, that would be a great choice for a charitable donation.
Yes, sis.
They accept checks. Write a $100 check to them to show that your donation to anything is believable. Tim healed your sickle cell anemia as you discussed. There are others in need that need your help. Donate. Today on IAG Farms, I figured I'd give you a quick sneak peek before I post this video. I just had to add it on for you guys.
For these 18-wheeler tires, I'm going to need 7 of them. And they're also going to do a bunch of other work for me as well. And Megan and the boys, they just got here to pick me up. My ride is here. And I'm going to have to break the news to Megan about how much money I'm about to spend.
Now, he just finished telling her we might have to tap into our life savings just to get these tires. And she's just going follow along with it like, oh, I'm telling you, looking every bit of like grandma, older than me. What life savings? You just got a $20,000 bonus. Your lives are as long as Pinocchio.
And receives a thorough psychiatric evaluation. Thank you.
What kind of conversation is this? This is not a grown folk conversation. She didn't even get to wash up. Look at her itching. She didn't even get to wash up.
What the guy said, he said that these tires, they about to be the last set of tires you ever had to put on this truck. It's going to think you driving an 18-wheeler, but you're just driving a regular truck. Yeah. What's up, boys? Y'all excited to drop off old, good morning? Y'all excited to drop off old Rudy or Deuce?
Benjamin looked like, I don't care.
We should go with. What's your vote, Tim? Deuce. What about you, Tyus? Rudy, the big blue dually, or Deuce?
Deuce.
How about you, know?
Deuce.
How about you, Ben? You want to go with Rudy? Or you want to go with Deuce?
Benjamin is like me. The baby just like grandmama over here. If you don't get that camera out my face trying to name a doggone truck when I can't even say my ABCs, I'ma slap the bejesus out of you. And another thing, I don't have any respect for you. I don't have any respect for you because of the way you treat my mommy. Okay? And I don't have any respect for you because you will refuse to help me be potty trained, and you be looking at me crazy when I gotta run through all these diapers. So the next time you think about asking me a question, think about that. Put that in your truck tires and roll on down the street. What did the baby would say to it?
Lowry.
I guess I have to. That sounds like an ultimatum.
This is the video right here.
Decided now, so
Exactly. Because we got to order our license plate, you know, or not, well, the front
I
plate.
have to go with Deuce.
Deuce? Okay, good. Because you know we have the,
I'm still gonna be diehard with a vengeance on this. What kind of conversation is this? Megan looked like she just rolled out the bed, like, or she's like, I'm tired. Here, I'll yawn for you, Megan. She looked like, I'm tired. Just go on in the car. What was all this conversation about? The name of the truck, what they calling the deuces. Everybody said deuces, but then he came back and called it something else. Oh, let's get in the truck, get in. No, what'd you say, Megan? Deuce. She said deuce the dually. All right, get in the truck, Timothy.
y'all want to go with Rudy, the big blue dually, or Deuce?
If you don't get in this truck, we just get in. Get in.
Deuce the dually. Deuce the dually.
I ain't saying nothing.
Lock up the truck. I'm gonna drop it off, and I told them to keep it as long as they need to keep it.
Oh Lord.
Working some things out, gonna have to order some things, all those type of things.
Talking about keep it as long as you need to keep it, because I got the invisible keys to this car. Megan don't really have the keys. You so wrong, Tim. In a million trillion ways. You so wrong. Keep it as long as you want to keep it. Because I'm getting this truck specialized. You're going to spend all the money on the truck. Ain't nobody getting nothing except a couple of Chinese food takeouts and some fast food restaurant stuff. Boy. Point 25, y'all. Point 25.
That's right. All right, y'all vote down in the comments
No.
section on which leg. y'all let me. Deuce the Dooley. Deuce the Dooley. He's unruly. Yeah. Alright, y'all, let me go ahead and lock up the truck. And we're gonna drop it off. And I told them just keep it as long as they need to keep it. Cause they're still working some things out. Gonna have to order some things, all those types of things. Because everything on this truck is like specialized. Nothing is normal on this thing. And so it's custom. But I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all down and I'll pick y'all back up once we get back on the road and we figure out what else we're gonna do today.
Back to regular speed.
Nothing is normal on this thing, and so it's custom. But I'm gonna go
And
ahead and put
Megan?
y'all down and I'll pick y'all back up once we get back on the road and we figure out what else we're gonna do today. I know we're going to get the title registered, right?
Yes, that's correct.
We're gonna do that once we leave here. And who knows? Mr. Jody, he said that I should take y'all out to breakfast.
Yay! Megan don't have to cook that much. Yay, Meg. Why didn't you comb his hair, Megan? What's that? Why didn't you comb his hair? Yeah, I'm going to say something about it, IAG subscribers. Yes, and you should too. Megan, just carry a little brush with you. And say, oh, how about this? You should have put a cap on his head. Why you letting your son look like that? You're picking him up like you love him. I think they walk into the title place. Baby, listen to me. I could have sat in the car while he went in there and did all that. Well, I'm going to take all the kids outside on the long walk to purgatory just to go in there and get the title. Go in there yourself. Why are we doing this? Girl. Ooh, no. I would never take my kids to the long walk of purgatory. I don't need to go through all of that. But apparently somebody holds all the control, because I don't even see Tim at the moment. How long did this take? About 30 minutes? Because I'm telling you, them places don't be fast, and they ain't Mississippi. Oh, Lord. See? 30 minutes. I'm trying to tell you. Can somebody please tell me why you put the kids through that and her through that? Why they needed to go in there? Why? Such a lead. Now, didn't they say they was going to breakfast? Zaxby's don't have breakfast. They only serve lunch, dinner items. So breakfast done been skipped, and they on to the lunch, dinner. So I'm gonna sign off here and let the rest of the people take over. Both of them need a psychiatric evaluation. We back. How is everyone doing today? So, before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, we had a few questions for Tim. And if you don't mind us taking up a small bit of your time before we get into the actual video, let's get into it. Tim, it's been 2 weeks. Where the heck are the gifts for the children and for your wife? Would you like to respond?
That's a good question.
Our next question is, when do you intend on finishing the skirting for that trailer, that single wide trailer?
That's a good question.
When you married Megan, did you marry Megan because she had money? Or did you marry Megan because you love her?
That's a good question.
They not like us. 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 You are watching Grandma Gang TV. Hot topics. Hi everyone, remember to like, subscribe, and also put on your notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. Hi Grandma Gang. We're going to have many bits and pieces here today, but what I wanted you to do was come on in and unravel these bald-headed lies with us. We're circling back to the 20K windfall, in which we see nobody got anything. No one got anything. Everybody got less than raggedy. They're just raggedy. In fact, everyone is looking more Raggedy Ann and Andy than usual.
Look at him, just
Everyone looks raggedy, except Tim. So come and explore some hot topics. We're going to talk about the White Lady Said, Rest in Peace Nolan Wells, 20K Payday, the charitable donations, and the geriatric pregnancy and sickle cell. Come with us as we explore the details. It's all in the details. And we're also going to talk about the belligerence of Tim. We're already in progress. Hot topic. We have several slight topics to talk about today, so just go with us one by one, okay? What's happening in our world, in our black society, and how it's affecting each and every one of us, and how we feel bad for the families that have to endure this tragic nonsense. But we wanted to put it out there.
So sorry.
And let you hear
She was
what
deep in
a
telling the
mother
truth.
says about
Don't make any
our
assumptions, just
children
hear her out.
and how she actually is here telling the truth and forewarning us. Now, because of the strictness and the rules of YouTube, I had to incorporate it into this video. So I hope you all understand. You must learn the master of trades. When you enter into a business of this kind, YouTube or any social media outlet, you have to learn how to intertwine things in a clever way and then
placement is
continue on from there. If you get my drift. If you don't get my drift, let me put it to you in layman's terms. YouTube will take your video if you don't comply in a certain way. So if I started my video like that, it would be problematic. But it is something we must all hear and we must all learn and take to heart, okay? I love you guys. Back in the olden days, they always would say, when we were trying to escape, you got to follow the North Star. Follow the North Star to get to safety. Listen to her, y'all.
That is an instinct with us, cruelty. And I think you can see it in many videos. All the white women and white men that are telling black kids and black families to get the hell out of here, you don't belong. We just don't want you to have more than us, honey. We just don't want you to be prettier. We don't want you to be the beauty standard. We don't want you to be judges or anything like that. We want you to be below us, beneath us.
Did you see that?
What did she say?
Be aware of your surroundings, everyone, and keep your kids safe. Now, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's go back to IAG Farms. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? The 20K Brag Fest. What a disgrace. Let's look through the criminal lens of Timothy Sales. You see this picture I have here? It depicts a woman looking at all of this that's going on, and it says time out. He buys things for himself. He buys for me, 0. He buys for our 4 boys, 0. Total exclusion score. They get nothing. They are doing all this work, and yet they are completely at 0 when it comes to prizes and thoughtful gestures. And we're merely just putting a $3,500 price tag on it because the tires are bald. You know, they're so bald that if you drive it like that, it's gonna start shredding and end up on the road somewhere. Okay, so I'm sure that's why you don't want to show it. We don't really want to see it. But what we would like to see is, what did Megan and the boys get for their labor and just being a family member? And being a
What
part
do
of
they
the show,
get?
sissy.
Because all we see is that you got another beat up truck. Sinkhole.
Yep, toss that in the sinkhole. Yep.
There needs to be a
Love it.
timeout.
Boom,
Okay?
boom,
There
boom.
needs to be a timeout whether they want to say it or not. There is a timeout because you are talking about how you more and more blessed, like you're there by yourself, like they don't exist. You're the only one out there, and that is criminal behavior. Pride before the fall.
I don't know. It's like Tim is not going to be happy until it's all taken away. It's all falling apart. I mean, these old trucks, this old stuff they do, this constant repeat of non-content is falling apart.
Right on.
They actually spent 40 minutes washing a car today. The whole family talking about it was fun. Nobody was smiling.
That truck is a piece of
It's
junk.
waiting to exhale. How long has it been since Tim got that money? I don't see nothing getting better for those kids. No clothes, nothing fun. You know, nothing beautiful, nothing admirable, nothing. He bought himself some more gunk. That's what it is. Y'all remember this? This is how a woman ought to act, especially when a husband come in with the nonsense.
Start with the Carhartt shirts. And don't forget how much he loves those sunglasses. Throw that in there, and that hat that has the American flag on it. Until he buys your kids the things they need and want for enjoyment. And you, if you don't care, we don't care. But until he buys the kids something, then yeah, he needs all his burnt in the middle of the driveway. Yeah. I took this time to draw this picture for you because you put all them freezers in that single wide weak trailer of yours. Okay?
Leaning.
I don't know how many you got. 5, 10, 15, 20.
How much do those things weigh?
Leaning on one side. You see that sinkhole? You go drive off the property on one of your escapades and then come back and find your property. See that right there? That's gonna be y'all. That's too top heavy. But let's get back to the subject matter. What about the kids? 1, 2, 3, 4. What they gonna get? A trip to the mountains? Don't nobody want to go to the trip to the mountains.
Yeah,
what would you say, Tennessee? Don't nobody want to do that. That's what you want to do. Why don't you
trying to
put
off one of them,
that
Tim?
in front of them and the camera say, kids, what would you really like to do on our trip? No, you won't
might
do that
say, "Get away
because
from
you're
you."
sinister and you're criminal-minded. And we're on to you, buddy. And if any of these records need to be brought out, we got all the details. Folks. Where is the stuff for the kids and where is the good life? Megan, get your ass online and order them kids some clothes. You should be on their checking account. Them boys need their summer clothes. Yes. Get it. Type. Look. Type. Order.
That's right.
Packages coming. Amazon,
Yes.
Walmart, wherever you order it from.
What they be saying,
Get it.
sis?
Just like you gonna buy old Gizzard some Wrangler jeans that played out, but people are wearing True Religion jeans. They don't even wear that
stuck
mess
in the
no more.
past.
And when you order Tim some jeans, why don't you order his right size? Cause he wearing tight jeans like he's a girl. He wearing tight jeans. You can see every crack and crevice.
And
Like
tight
that
jeans like
don't
the
look
village
right.
people.
Okay, for a man to be wearing tight pants like that. So get the size right and make sure you get Benjamin something real cute
Yeah, like
and
a cute
extra
outfit. He
spicy
don't never
and
have
something
on a
he'll
little
love.
cute baby
And
outfit.
speaking of Benjamin,
Here go one slow bus.
Jesus, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into it. You walking around there so depressed you can't even teach your son how to his speaking skills at 2 years old. You walking around there in the daze and in the mist of funk face over there that you can't even get your mind right and put yourself together to teach that baby the words a 2-year-old should be saying right now. A 2-year-old should be saying, Mama, Daddy.
Baby.
You understand?
Oh, that's cute.
Understand? Slow bus. Understand is something. But the mere fact that he wasted pants on his jeans, and you said it in front of everybody on the internet. All your subscribers heard it. I ain't worrying about it. You'll buy me another pair, but y'all haven't bought your kids diddly squat.
He said, I sure will.
Sick of them subscribers you got over there. All of them need to be dropped on their head and then sat back up again. Maybe they'll rattle their brains. And the reason we say that is because you sit up there and you don't do nothing for nobody except yourself, and they are just fine with it. I love watching IAG Farms. I love this family. They're all about God, and all of their practices and beliefs are about God. Well, God said you need some clothes. The kids need some clothes, okay? God said them children should come first. They're supposed to come before you, Tim, and you, Megan. That's God's way. This is reality TV on YouTube. Your show, Tim, is actually a reality TV show. IAG Farms is all about God. It goes into your daily life of the family. But yet and still, you will come on reality TV, you looking okay. The family mom hair look like a mop. Okay, like a mop that's been used over and over again. You wring it out and you wring it out, and now the mop is starting to lose pieces and clump together because it's time to change it. That's a mop that's worn out. That hair that Megan has is worn out, and sometimes she brings it back to life, or whatever she does. I don't know. She takes it off and conditions it and does 10,000 things to it. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to represent and look good. You're not even doing that. Then you got the kids looking like, what? You're failing. And the worst part is you're doing it in front of the general public. Do you know that that's what you're doing? And when you post it, it goes before the general public. You think people are not going to say anything? What you think? Huh? Cleanliness is next to godliness. You always talking about it's all about God, but you can't quote a clear scripture to save your life. My thing is this. You need to rebrand that show and call it something else. So help me. I mean, you're giving God a bad name. Thank you. Calling your show is all about God, when all you see is stuff that's all about demonic forces and stuff that doesn't need to be going on, and things that are wrong, and things that need discipline, and kids that need to be fed, and kids that need to change their clothes, and kids that need to go to school, and your wife is scared and she walking around on eggshells, and you hardly got any food in the refrigerator, and you don't know which way is up. You come up here talking about you got $20,000. You got your kids doing all the chores and the jobs. You got your wife doing all the chores and the jobs while you sit up there and tape it. You tape it with your little camera phone, okay? And you ain't doing diddly squat. And then that's your whole plan. You sit up there and you show them everything. So in the future, you gonna have them people over there butchering them chickens. You think people can't see that? While you go on your little escapades in town. I'm not gonna drop that. I'm never gonna drop that conversation. Everybody on my platform can ask you why those kids haven't gotten any clothes yet. Little Benjamin, so small and cute. Soon he won't be small and cute anymore. He needs some small and cute little clothes like I just showed you. And they don't even cost that much, and you can't do it. You refuse to do it. But as sure as rain is rain, as sure as rain is water, you hightailed your hind pot down to Louisiana, to go get a doohickey, old beat up old Ford F-350. You should have left that. Then you ain't even go to a dealership, because they got used car dealerships you can go to get your vehicle, where you have more of a chance of things turning out right as opposed to wrong, as opposed to lemons, right? There you go, meet a person you don't know, right? And this world isn't right anymore. You went and meet a strange person and took your family with you. You don't know about human trafficking or nothing like that. You can't even carry a gun. You don't even have a right to carry firearms, and you took your family to meet a strange man. Like, you don't have a firearm.
Nothing but your big mouth.
Everywhere,
about
and I
that.
mean mostly everywhere we go, we have a firearm because people are out of control just for no doggone reason. But you left the entire state of Mississippi and went down and met somebody you don't know
And since
and
you
took them
gave them
all.
cash, you gave them cash.
I ain't see nobody stop for the good old Hardee's hamburger or something. Just straight ahead. Y'all are done for. Until you do
Please tell
right,
me
you're
they fed
always
these
gonna be
children.
done for.
Please tell me
Don't
they
come up
stopped
here
at
talking
Mickey
about,
D's or
well,
something.
the more
Please.
people try to put us down, the more prosperous we are. You look like bums on a
For
reality
real,
show.
it's really sad.
I'm gonna give you a new name for the show. You need to stick to that name from prison to purpose and rebrand and use that name because ain't nothing over there going on but prison stuff. Everything you do over there is the prison life. Shall we begin? Every
Yes,
time
let's begin. Let's
you
begin
get
with
up
it,
in the
sis. Go
morning,
ahead.
you got to open up the blinds. The warden goes and opens up the blinds
Okay, I'm not
and then
for
let
real.
the
I'm not for
sunlight in.
real.
And then if you have to, you turn on the lights like in the Shawshank Redemption. Then you got to somebody make the black coffee over there in the cafeteria section on that coffee maker, okay? And then you gotta take your cup of coffee and go outside and look over the grounds like the warden does, okay? Then you look over the grounds and then sometimes you come back inside to the homeschool area and check on the prison
The
students in there
cellmate.
who are trying to make their grades and trying to pass and get their GEDs, okay? Because
That
that's what
would
is
be
going to happen at
cellmates.
this point, because don't nobody know what grade those kids are in. You go in the classroom and ask all the little prison warden children, how's it going? First is Titus. How's it going, Tim Jr.? How's it going,
Good.
Noah? Okay, all of them are
Good.
locked inside the prison classroom. Okay, ain't doing diddly squat because there's no prison teacher in there. Because don't no teacher in their right mind would want to participate in that classroom with that blackboard always having a scripture on it. Okay, now they can't eat until a certain time. That's a very prison thing too. Everything is on a
Golly.
schedule in prison, okay? So they make them work first and then eat later. That's prison life. Make them wear the same clothes over and over again. That's prison life. They might have to buy a wash rag from you because in that small bathroom, the only person I see her taking in there is Benjamin to wipe him off. But them boys, I don't even see enough towels for all of them to wipe themselves off and hygienically keep clean in that bathroom. That's the prison life. And this is what gives us pause. This is what gives us pause because we're like, are those children bathing every day? I highly suspect that they aren't because there's no information leading to it. Okay, they wear the same clothes all the time. They're not washing. They're not washing themselves.
They using air soap.
Do they have a
Air.
soap?
That's the brand.
What brand of soap they have? Huh? They using Dove, Ivory, or just water?
What
Don't
about
forget
fresh
about
deodorant? They
I don't
stink
even
because
see
they work a
Megan
lot. Them little
being
kids be
luxuriated
stinking.
in any
They don't have
kind
no
of soap or
deodorant.
perfume or any body splash,
They be
body
over there
lotion.
stinking.
Just
Stink.
things to
Body
make you
wash,
feel
something.
feminine. Just
No
luxuriating
hair
yourself a
shampoo
little
over
bit
there
because
either.
you're doing all that harsh work. Is tearing your hands up, and
Saw
your
her
face is
sweating the
torn
other
up
day.
too
So it's
from all
all
that dust
sweaty
and
under the
debris
arms.
that
And,
you have been
ugh.
around out there in the farm. And practically, it's probably that diet y'all are on. You put yourself and your family on that harsh diet, eliminating all that salt and sugar, but you don't realize the body can take a bad turn from doing that. If Tim was having health problems, that's Tim's fat ass. That don't have nothing to do with everybody else in that house, and yet they have to suffer for that. They have to suffer for the big ox. You
Silverback.
understand? I'm talking to y'all because I know there's no mama and no grandmama around there, but I'ma sure post this on every chance I get. You just got a $20,000 bonus and you still look like you ain't
There
got
goes Raggedy
at
Ann
the
and
prison
Andy.
camp. That is the daggone prison camp over there. And you need to be shot for it.
I think that money
Especially
needs a
when it comes to
conservator
those children.
guardian over it. There they
What
go,
did they do?
everybody.
They didn't
Raggedy
even
Ann
ask
and
to come here.
Andy.
Megan, I'm inclined to believe you had children and more children just so you can help Tim. So they could do Tim's work. You selfish. Something else. Don't forget we thought we went over this, but we haven't forgotten about you, Megan, saying that you didn't know you were pregnant. So you missed almost a whole trimester getting ready to go into your second trimester with your geriatric, over in your 40s pregnancy, and with sickle cell. Now, how does make it make sense to us? Because we find that to be completely negligent.
Why did y'all sit up there and ignore the signs? Why did you and Tim sit up there and ignore the signs just to have a filming? A lie.
You not taking the proper precautions in your maternity care when you were carrying your last child, Benjamin. So you might as well take a coffee break and join me on the couch right now. Shall we begin? Shall we begin, Megan? Thank you. Yes. You had them late. When you have kids over 35, you're supposed to be tested for that. You're supposed to go to the doctor and make sure everything is on the up and up. Then you said you got sickle cell, but you having the most miraculous recovery and pregnancy. At the end of the day, you were supposed to get tested for a baby to see how the baby was through the whole pregnancy. And you didn't. Oh, that's right. Because I remember you and Tim was sitting on the couch. Oh, y'all make me mad. You getting on my ever-loving nerves, and I'm getting goose pimples. Talking about you didn't know you was pregnant. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back, folks. I'm back. You were almost getting ready to go to your second trimester before y'all played in our face about you not knowing you was pregnant. Huh? Tim act like, well, I think Megan was getting kind of, fat, chubby, and zip dop boo bop bang, whatever he be saying out of his country.
A goofy. He's just a goofy.
Yellow teeth self. But any fool could see there was a baby going in there, or it was a fibroid of the size of 2 grapefruits. Get out of here. So knowing that, when y'all was sitting on that prison of purpose conversation, I don't know which one it was. It's just too many things. And y'all was sitting up there talking about you didn't know she was pregnant. So that was prenatal care that you needed to get.
Yes, she was.
That was prenatal care that Benjamin needed, because you are what is considered a geriatric pregnancy. Girl, let me get into it. I'm getting sick over this. You understand me? Because you was supposed, that's a geriatric pregnancy. No, that's a form of neglect. Which means, y'all, high risk. Okay? That would be a high-risk pregnancy in which you should have been totally relaxed and comfortable and not doing too much with your feet, put your feet up, etc., etc., etc. But I know you was around there doing the most. But did you get that? Did you get tested for being a geriatric pregnancy? You should have had early generic screening. But you didn't do that. You didn't bother to do that. You put yourself on the back burner. And I believe that you knew that you were pregnant. I believe in my heart of hearts that you knew you were pregnant. And you sat there with your old age self and went through a first trimester trying to hold it back or keep it down. And Tim probably was down with it too. And now your son doesn't want to speak. Your son doesn't want to speak. Your son is not. He's not saying anything. The beautiful baby that God put in you, he's not saying anything. And I hope it doesn't have anything to do with you not getting the geriatric pregnancy care that you needed, the sickle cell geriatric pregnancy help that you needed when you almost found out when you was almost going to your second trimester. And you wanted to put that under your pillow tonight and digest that. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you were doing farm chores. And a pregnancy like that, you should have been relaxed and sitting back. You wasn't supposed to be doing all that huffing and puffing for him, putting your baby's life in jeopardy. And everything else that goes on over there. And all you care about is Tim. And now your baby is delayed, probably because of certain circumstances. 1, if you have sickle cell. 2, you didn't get treated properly in the first trimester. 3, you working hard on the farm like you don't have a baby in your belly. I'm telling you, you are a geriatric pregnant lady. You're in your 40s having a baby, and you should have been on bed rest. You should have not been on a farm tilling and tallying. And I noticed in certain videos, your eyes were like, you have these eyes that are sunken in, and that it looks like you were sleep deprived. You had a lot of bags under your eyes, and your face looked sucked in, like you weren't getting enough hydration, and like you weren't getting a lot of fluids, and you might have needed to have several seats instead of being up and around. I remember in one video, you guys went to go pick out a couch, so you may not have even had the proper couch to sit on and kick back, originally. Tell you one thing, thank God Tim wasn't on that no salt, no sugar bit back then. Woo, child. Pregnant women have way different nutritional needs, and the fact that you are a sickle cell carrier, you definitely have some special nutritional needs. So I don't know. Did you take your prenatal vitamins? Did you get enough of everything you needed? I suspect that you didn't, because you have a self-centered, low-life DL man over there not doing. I'm gonna tell you this too. My husband knew I was pregnant right off the bat. He made sure I knew that he knew. So, when you have a united front, these things don't go on. But when you have a front over there like the two of you have, oh my God, the bottom is the limit. And y'all, what killed me is when she was getting ready to go in the hospital to have Benjamin, she made a whole month's worth of food. Oh God. I'm sorry. I never had to do that with my 3 children. Not now one of them did I sit up there and make a whole bunch of food. And they were all C-sections. All of them. Pretty. The head ain't stretched out like Tim's in the back. You see how his head hangs out in the back? Ugh. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. I can't stand that look. Especially him. I don't know. It just looks like there's an extra skull and brain in there. Oh, I don't like that. Ugh. Just hanging off the back.
Me either.
Just hanging off the back.
It's weird looking. It's just like a rock.
Like distorted? Y'all, you gotta give me a moment to break down sometimes, because when I look at that and them, it just makes me want to break down. So I have my moments, so please forgive me. All of this to say that I don't think the prenatal care was up to par. And another thing, instead of them pictures you got on the refrigerator, why don't they have pictures of the little sonograms of the baby? That would have been so nice to put the sonogram and leave it up there. But you know something I noticed about them? Nobody ever says anything. Why don't y'all ever think about or question why they put things up and take them down? Like, why do they take the diplomas that the kids made, put them up for the scene shoot, and then the picture of Megan and Tim, put it up for the scene shoot, and then the video, the people, the subscribers sent them some pictures of themselves, and then
somebody
they shoot a video of it for their non-content having asses. They don't have no content, so they shoot the video, and then everything disappears. You don't notice that? Every time,
and they not
something
right
goes
over there.
out, it goes back to wherever they got it from. Pay attention. You gonna sit up there, this is not even in this scene, and leave that broken down jalopy table broken, and she ain't gonna say nothing? Boy, it would not be me. I couldn't do it. I go right. I don't even.
I
ask
saw
them.
them
I'll
back
go
eating
order
on
my
the
own
small
meal.
right back to
Great
my
table,
point about
sis.
her
Having a geriatric pregnancy. Well, her behind is geriatric now too. She's in her 40s and he's in her 30s. You ain't gonna have me out there doing all that work with my geriatric and my tender age. I got the rest, and I think she's getting more rest because the boys are doing all the work. Kings and queens, this is my last question. Do you ever notice they don't film at night, like when the boys are getting ready for bed?
No, she's not
Like
resting.
when
All she
Benjamin
does is
getting
hold
ready
that
for
baby.
bed,
Benjamin.
getting tucked in. You read him a
What is
little
that
story
about?
book and
You
go over
stressing
the
me
A,
out.
B, C, D, E, F, G. Yes. You notice they are cut off at night. I don't trust that situation over there. Why? Why? So you telling me Megan can't have a little Bible study with her boys? That's why I know they're not all about God. And close the night off with all the babies around, having Bible studies, drinking some hot cocoa, or sipping on a warm glass of milk. No, man, they ain't right over there. What happens at night? Do they all get locked away with twist ties? Does everybody get locked up at night when the sun goes down? That's why all the shades are down. He goes in, it locks all the doors and windows, turns all the shades down so there's complete blackout in the house, turns the lights off, and it becomes a horror story. It becomes American horror at night in there. That's why the kids don't get any bedtime stories or Bible studies, and Benjamin doesn't hear any lullabies. And another thing, that decrepit crib they have in that room, that baby should have never been that far down on the ground in that crib. When you ever seen a baby's crib like that? Them cribs are up. The mattress is up. What is that? What is going on in there? You monsters. Despicable. All of them witches. Despicable. The craft goes on at night. Oh, God, that's it. That's it. The naked truth of it all. If they knew the naked truth, oh my. And he knows you're not going to say anything because you haven't. And he's maybe even threatened you. We don't know. This brings back some intense memories because this was my first video when I saw him take her to that broken down jalopy trailer that he convinced her it was the White House, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the American dream. And you still have things that need to be done inside that house that need work.
Listen to me closely. Everyone and everything is on the docket today.
And if things keep going the way they're going to be in court just like that. Mark my words. And everyone will be going, we didn't know. I didn't know that it was going on over there. I didn't know. Wait. Especially his subscribers, the minions. Megan got a mother. Tim got family. His mama right down the street. I didn't know. It's not going to be acceptable. We are not here for it. Not Pastor Tim. All the groupies of the IAG subscriber women's group. Not Pastor Tim. Our pastor would never do nothing like that. Our pastor is the most honest, upstanding man we ever know.
He's
and
our
we
pastor.
know
We watch
he
him
could
faithfully
never
every day
do
at 7 a.m.
anything
Well,
like that.
maybe 11.
He always speaks about God. In every video, he says it's all about God. And at the end, Megan and the kids would jump in and say, it's all about God. And we would wait the very next day to see them again. The many faces of Timothy Sales. The many faces of Tim. Tim and Megan, I stumbled over a video from your haters. All I can say is keep representing the kingdom of light. Blah, 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 blah. Asa Flow 5789. Let me explain this to you. If we were Tim's haters, why would we be asking him, where's the presents for Megan? Where's some clothes for the kids? Where are you going to take them? What are you going to do to share the love and the joy of you saying that the Lord blessed you with $20,000 when Tim was the only one who got something from the deal? How are we haters exposing that? How, where's the hate in that? Where's the hate in us actually having to look at this monstrosity and then see all the stuff that makes us hold our head and like go, is this really happening? That's not hate. The hate really comes from IAG
Yes.
subscribers who want to come
Yes, it
over to
does.
people's channels and beat them over the head for the thought process of caring about the kids and the wife. They never say anything in those comments about the kids or the wife except for with the kids. It's so good that you're raising 4 young boys to men and doing farm work. What? Those IAG subscribers don't ever give a thought, care, or concern to anything other than what Tim shows them, how magnificent and great he is. Nobody else on gets any props, and they're all a family. This is what is baffling to us. So the true hate is coming from Tim's subscribers. Now put that in your cup and sip it. And the true hate is coming from Tim towards his family. And put that in your other cup and sip it. You are the most delusional people I have ever seen in my life. And you're the true haters. Your hate, IAG subscribers, comes from not speaking up and saying anything about the detriment of the wife not getting anything and the children not getting anything, wearing the same clothes every day, busting out, getting sick. Tim gets all the Carhartt shirts, new pants. He even messed up his pants and said, "You'll give me another pair." "I sure will," she said, "but you can't order your kids something this, and you call this hate, us pointing it out?" Well, guess what? I'm going to keep pointing it out. And you IAG people, groupies, you could keep on slaying your master, bowing down to your master. But the only master you should be serving is up above God, okay? Tim is not a God. Never will be, never can be. And he had the nerve to make a comment about Jesus had haters too. Trillions and trillions of them. And so do we. No, you could never have trillions of haters. You don't even have thousands watching you. And how dare you compare yourself to Jesus? Next. And your subscribers should hate on that. No man should try to act like they're Jesus. Never. Stop with the cap. Okay, we actually have a man this time, Kenneth Square. Kenneth Square, if you're out there and you're listening, you are the hater. You are the hater of those children and the wife, because they're a part of the $20,000 pyramid scheme too, and they should get gifts just like Tim got. He trying to act like it's for the farm and for the betterment of the farm, but it was really a gift for himself. You need all that money and you can't buy anybody anything? No, hey, excuse me, hello, what's Megan gonna get? Crickets. What are the kids gonna? You gonna get them something nice? Crickets. But we're the haters. No, I'm going to show you who the real haters are. It's these people that click on the videos every day and watch them and don't say nothing. That's a real hater.
Nothing. They
Next.
have nothing to say about, well, is everybody going to get something? They don't say a thing. Like, they probably scared of them too. But honey, it wouldn't be me. But I'm sure he'll block your comment. Because he's a punk.
Very sissified, because I wouldn't care. I'll leave my comments up. You don't have to answer them. You will shut your comments on and off. That's very sissified.
Yes, it is. That is 65. Because you a man, and you're supposed to be a man of God. Who cares what the people say? Everybody's not going to agree with you.
Very scary.
But you got to turn your comments on and off.
Ridiculous.
Then you got to delete comments and block comments. That's a lot of work. When you could be doing work on that farm that's not getting done.
Everyone?
Okay?
Jesus didn't have time to be battling people. He didn't care. He like, let them talk, because you're going to have 50 in one, half a dozen in another. He didn't care about that. And you can't have a platform on YouTube, X, or Twitch, or whatever,
TikTok,
and think people not going to come up there and stand their ground. Like, you got to have a stomach for this. And if you don't have a stomach for it, you need to get out the business. Oh, but wait a minute. What else would you do? Oh. The bottom line coming from Grandma Gang, I'm going to tell you this. There is no hate in my heart for any child, any man. or any woman. What it is there are things that certain people do that we dislike. And if it is of harm, if it can harm, and if it does harm, we're going to speak about it. It's human nature to see something and want to say something to your own kind. This is our own kind carrying on like this. And as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, a grandmother, to see this going on, this puts us in a state of not natural, in a state of shock, in a state of, wait a minute, did I just see that? It brings out all those emotions. And then you get invested after you watch and then start seeing these weird things happening. And you don't say anything? That's not going to happen over here. I believe if you hate someone or something, you wouldn't watch it. The inclination would be not to watch it because hate would keep you from watching it.
Amen. Thank you, sister.
But if you are really a concerned and thought-provoking person who thinks and feels, that's not hate. That's really love. How can you say we hate? How can you call people haters when people are questioning something that they once loved? That's not haters. That's like having a spirit of discernment. So I think your people need to get more educated on what haters really are. I'm going to tell you what haters was in the biblical days. When Jesus sat at the table at the Last Supper with Judas, that's hate. He already knew Judas was going to do the job.
But sis, so Judas hated Jesus. Got it.
To the people that wanted to get rid of Jesus, he sat there and broke bread with him and everything.
Yeah, that's
right true hate. And Jesus told him, go ahead and do what you got to do.
Sitting up
But
there
that's
being
true
his
love.
ace-boon coon. Sitting up there acting like he loved
Betrayal.
Jesus. Woo-hoo.
That's a form of hate, as far as I'm concerned. You following somebody,
Your
and then
bestie.
you know they not doing you
Pretending
no wrong,
to be your friend.
and you gonna sit up there and try to off them. What? That's hate. Get it straight. Get your definition straight, IAG Farm subscribers.
We have a tendency to think that some of your subscribers are really haters too, because anyone who could sit there and watch this day in and day out, even if you like what you see, you can't like everything you see. And what we most likely believe is that when people do speak to Tim and he doesn't like it, he deletes the message. And people spoke to Jesus. He couldn't delete, backspace, or none of that, okay? He just had to listen to it. He was a real man. I don't know what's going on with you, Tim. I don't know where the bus starts and the bus ends, but I know this. We don't hate you, but we can't relate to you because you're not treating people nice. And we only like when people get treated nicely because life is short. And nobody got time for all that.
It's the truth,
Me.
It's the
You
truth,
go
so
get
help me
anything.
God.
Where you get that
Nobody
from?
hates him.
That's not very Christian-like. Always just thinking about yourself and no one else. I just know. No, this is not the Christian way. That is not godly. That is not something Jesus would do. No, he would not do that and treat anybody like that, especially a woman and children.
Oh, yes.
What?
Oh, yes.
There's no hate over here. So, the next time your minions come over here and start talking about we hate you, we're going to send them right back there over to you because they really hate you to stop by, or even if our video comes to their feed, to come and bring it back to you. That's hate. They should just acknowledge your videos and tell you, yippee, Tim, this is the bomb. We love the family. We love IAG Farms. They should never bring back a bone to you. And let me tell you this, Tim.
A dog that'll bring a bone will carry a bone. Don't think all them people that's coming over there going, we love you, really love you, to come back over to one of them people that they call haters and be right up under them too. Remember Judas, Tim. Remember Judas.
Since you dropping jewels today. Oh, yes. Oh, I love it.
Now, if I had permission to punish you, Tim, for all your transgressions against the family, this month especially, I would like for you to go get yourself something else. And when you get to the counter of buying your selfish self something else, your card is declined. Declined. Insufficient funds. And then, just like clockwork, I'd like for you to send Megan to go and try to retrieve what it is your selfish self is trying to get. And when she gets to the counter, your card is declined again and is taken by the clerk because they think that there is fraudulent activity on that card. And they say to Megan, we can send you a new card, or we can just print you out a new card now. Would you like us to do that? And she says yes. And before she gets back home, she goes on a mini shopping spree. Not one that you can remember how much money is left over, but a little shopping spree. And she keeps it out of your purview. You don't need to know about it. And then she can come back and say, look, I got a new card. Here you go. But she's gotten something. That's what I'd like to do if I was in charge of the situation. Because every crime you commit and keep committing over there, you need to be punished. And vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So we wait on it. All I can say is they're not like us. They're not like us. I don't care how many times we come to IAG Farms. The playbook is always the same. They're not like us. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. And may you have the best day ever. And we'll see you again real soon. Take care. Bye for now. A great charitable donation that would reach well, because Megan has sickle cell, would be to give a check to sickle cell anemia. Duh. They don't accept meat, but they accept checks. Oh my God, what the